babaka, rena real gospel vibes. We bring you nothing but the best gospel in a vibe way. Look ono re tshwere abuti Musa Mhlauli. Ba le ba followa ka pina gore sthunya sam o thuleleni ke a dumela gore ke ibiditse ga botse. Morumi wa ka wena o gomoletseng. Ge ke tla I share manyelo a satani a bereka ka mogwa a berekang ka gona, but you are there as my guardian angel and you are quiet. Why mara? Ere ke tsheputšo e ke bušitše go yena gore ga shela fitla gore to a point whereby he asked his own guardian angel, why are you so quiet? Na fitla at which point of life to whereby he says, why are you quiet? Abuti Musa Mhlauli, let me take this time and welcome you here at your home, obviously. Gospel Vibes on podcast, you are welcome. Let's talk about the song.
First of all, I would like to take the opportunity and thank everyone that is viewing on Gospel Vibes on podcast. The song, the reason behind the song, it is Tunya Samu Tuleleni. It was a song that came at a time, it was a very tribulated time in my life, I don't want to lie. I think it was right before my event last year, 26th of November to be exact. And God actually spoke to me and he said, you know, in whatever that is happening, don't forget where you are coming from. Don't forget where you are coming from. And with that being said by him, I then had stuck, you know, Uguti, if he's the one, why is it that he's going to be quiet at some point? And why is it that when he's speaking or talking to us, it's only Izindo that are vividly coming through, he's not giving everything, you know? So at this point in time, I actually, before going to rehearsals, the song came through, because it was a time where I really felt no one is talking to me and I want to know like what direction should I take, because to be honest with you, at the time it was very hurting because I had there was this person that wanted to sponsor my show and she came through and sponsored the event, and within the process she actually came through later and said she wants her money back. Nagana only basically preparations, and that was before this event. So when she actually came through, it was that thing of her going on social media, painting my name. So that's how the actual song came through. These things are happening to me when I utule. So when I introduced the song to the band, they also took it with meaning, you know, this is actually a song that can break through for us. So behind the song, there is a lot that I can actually brain through and out about it, because it's one song that made me question God. And to cut the story short, at a later stage, he came through and said, Ndanam, I'm here. And a lot of things that I did in the past regarding the event, they went to success because I had asked and he answered. You know, so behind that song, that is the message. And it was specifically at the time. So I felt, you know, in life, Nati, as people, at some point you need to question your God. And there are people that are going through a lot of stuff that at times you ask yourself, you ask questions to God, why is my angel quiet? You know, so that's the main message behind is Tunya Samsi Tulele.
Yeah, there's a lot behind the song. For a moment, I just thought he would just say, it's because I felt like, no, my angel's not working, but there's deep than what we thought, rather what we expected. One thing that I've learned in life, Abu Musa, is that as much as there'll be that silence moment in our lives, I love this verse that says, the Lord is never quiet. He speaks with dreams and in visions. There's a point whereby we tend not to see that. or it's because we expect a certain answers in life. And that time he's not working on that side. You want him to give you money, he's not there. He wants to give you a new song. He wanted to give you a new song, what else you wanted? Money. And I believe there's somebody at home, you are saying, I'm like Abuti Musa. There's a time whereby I will question God and question my angel.
Yes.
Why are you so quiet? Little do you know that you are focusing on your finances. God is busy working something good. Remember, all things are working together for good for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. You are called according to his purpose. We are called according to his purpose. So all things are working together for good. But Musa, let's talk about when we say Musa Mhlauli. Who is Musa Mhlauli?
Musa Mhlauli is a young lad from the Eastern Cape. I was born and bred in the Eastern Cape. Ndingumntana okhulele kwindawo ekuthiwa Port Elizabeth, Eastern Cape, eSeisi. That's where I grew up and I did everything of my life. But originally, my family comes from a small village in the Eastern Cape, Abati Kuse Alice Etikeni. That's where I am actually from.
Yeah. Sukakute, yes. For him to be here in Limpopo, no, you have traveled. The toll gate you paid, yeah. Let's talk about the journey. How has the journey been in this music industry?
To be quite honest, my journey hasn't been the easiest. It hasn't been the easiest. If I would say it has been smooth or light, I would be lying to you. Angisho, within the route, people always say, or driving a car, there are always speed humps, there are potholes. And that is why I today would love to quote, there's a small verse that I like at a hymn song, Eti Jesu Ratulahao. That song says, Ntayele Morena, Tatu ya hao kitlaetsa. Haikang kimela, dumela untlatsa. You know, with with that song, it actually is portraying my journey in the music industry, because it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy at all. So within that, I've believed to date that in the journey and the process, everything is going to happen. It's going to be nice at some point, but it's also going to be bad and just a lot, you know. But I think I've managed because of God, not only because of Nakihona. And I always revert back to those words in that hymn, Uti Ntayele Morena, because when I go out of my home in the Eastern Cape, I always say, Tiko Amanam. Tiko uzuphinde ubuye nam ndisaphelele, because ndiyokwenza intando yakho, you know, ihambe iti thato ya gago ke tla etsa yago. So it means to me that I'm going to go and do everything that wena uyifuna ndiyenze for wena.
With Musa, there's a part where I loved, he mentioned of a driver driving a car, that there's some potholes that he faces, there are speed humps that he faces. Ntwe ke ratang ka speed hump, ke ratang ka di pothole mo bophelong, is that di go ruta patience. Because go tlhakana le speed hump, o ga fela speed. Go tlhakana le pothole, you need to have mercy mo thereng ya gago. You need to go slow. So I guess the part of the pothole mama pilong arena is just to say, be patient upon the Lord. Be patient upon the Lord. Yeah. Musa, let's talk about your songs right now. How many songs do you have? Rather, let's just say albums.
Currently, I have just one album that was recorded in 2020. And then I also have a single that says Baratilo Ngimodimo. They are all available on digital platforms.
Yeah, let's talk about that one. It's one of the most trending. It's one of the most trending songs. I get Rena, we as Rena Limpopo, we expect Lena really cooler. You should sing with your own language. So when somebody sings our language, you are like, So let's talk about the journey of Baratule Mudim.
Actually, behind Baratilwe Modimo, because it's actually also attracted from a hymn song. I loved the part you go to Baratilwe Modimo, Lilebogeng Lehodimo.
Yeah.
You know, it comes back to my journey in the music industry and also to my peers. There are also artists that might be going through the same hardships that we are facing.
Yeah.
You know, so when you say that, you actually mean having to get to where you are.
Yeah.
It means that Modimo wa rena o sa o rata. You know, in whatever that happens, the minute you get to wake up, wipe away your tears and whatever you cry about and still go through, it means that our God is still with you. So behind Baratilwe Modimo, that's the message not only to my peers but to everyone. Uti, no matter what happens, our God is still there, our God is still watching, and we are kutanda.
Yeah. It's the part uyakuthanda. Uthixo uyakuthanda. Ene ke just like say ke busha gape go amogela yona mo rumo lapeng molnano la rena la gospel vibes on podcast ka lena ke nna go le kana khomotso wa gatolo ke rona ganya masogana ngwenyana mokopane makopantšha ditšhaba ka go tseba rena re gospel vibe on podcast re le mafelo a wona ka re gotsang gona ke tumela tlhaka la rena la Facebook ke gospel vibes on podcast, TikTok gospel vibes on podcast, Instagram leona ke gospel vibes on podcast. Lena le bang gona le joina monano la rena ala hlaiwa ke selo le khono re sere abuti Musa Mhlauli ya si hambile yeah, we have walked, we went to Eastern Cape, we came back with them. Abuti Musa, let's talk about the challenges that you have faced. Already you have mentioned the types of tribulations that you went through for you to be here, but there'll always be that one challenge you even feel like and let's talk about that.
In the music industry
obviously.
Specifically. Up to this day, you know, it's sometimes the treatment you get as an artist.
Yeah.
Be it obulela Sepedi, obulela Xhosa, obulela Zulu, or whatever other language. You know, I once anticipated this other event that I went to, and I would never forget that day. It was a time where I traveled from the Eastern Cape. They paid for my transportation. So I traveled and came to Joburg. And, you know, when you get there, you have to rehearse, you have to sleep. And having to find out that they didn't book accommodation for me.
Oh.
So I got to the place. We rehearsed. The rehearsal went fine. So I'm then asking with my bags in studio, guys, where am I going to sleep? So they are like, no, I'm going to talk to Mang Mang.
Yes.
Mang Mang is going to talk to my Mang. So it became a thing of someone within the studio actually coming through and realizing that, no, man, this person needs a place to sleep. You know, and Bra, let's go to Kai Kai and sleep.
Oh.
Those are one of the challenges that I think in the music industry I would never forget of. And when I had to go home, you know, a friend came through and said, bruh, happy these people are not paying. Wow, they are not paying. So how about we go to my home? Nagana Ojulela Eastern Cape. Yes. When we get to Joburg, people are Tori and stuff. And then I had to come to Limpopo with the friend at the time. And I slept up until I had to hlakansha something for me to go back home. And that was how I had to find money and go back home. So these are examples of what challenges we go through as artists. It's not only me. Maybe there's even bigger challenges within the industry that people don't talk about, you know. So these are the challenges that make you decide tomorrow that I'm leaving this thing.
Yeah.
But because our Mudimo, our God still talks to us and says, Maya, in whatever situations. And that's what we get to do because we love this thing and we believe that if it wasn't for him, or if this wasn't a calling, we wouldn't be here today. So we have to do tato ya gagwe.
Yeah, you know, just when you thought you've seen it all, just when you thought you've had it all, and you ask yourself that if it was me, was I going to stand for it? Nah. But I believe it's true when they say many are called, but few are chosen. And every chosen person, o ne le di barriers tša gagwe, o ne le di baggage rather tša gagwe, morwalo wa gagwe o santse a o rwale. I remember on the other previous show that you watched that I gave example ka sefila se re stretching ya gore o mongwe le mongwe o tlo shwela kano ye a leng mo yona. As much as it's a normal hymn, it's easy to sing along, to tag along in it, but there's a time whereby you grow up and you would understand they mean like this. Because growing up, it was just a normal hymn where we sing, but the part where you were like, yeah, ne, having to take such decision in life and being chosen, being me just being Musa Mhlauli, these are the things that comes with my journey.
Yes.
It was not somebody's journey. I've never faced it. But you as Musa Mhlauli, you had to face it. So let's talk about somebody, it's seated at home and he or she has faced, or probably she will face what you are facing right now. And you overcome it. Right now, it's a history. You talk about it and you recall, you're like, God made a way for me. What would you say to them?
For everything in life, you know, we can't run away from the fact that we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
We all are people. But what I can say up to this day is that do not give up. Do not forget what you are doing and the reason why you are doing what you are doing. So if I would have a chance to talk to someone and say, Qina, make sure that in whatever that happens, Qina, do not give up, because if you give up, who's going to provide for you?
Yeah.
Who's going to have to fulfill a space where someone needs you, you know? So within someone that has to grow strength, those are my words.
Yeah. There's this song, it's a song that we grew up singing, that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly and above. You know, there's a verse part where they say, don't give up on God, for he will never give up on you. With Musa Mhlauli, let's talk about your albums that you have already. You said you have one album that you released. Mafilo the places where we find your music.
My music is available on every store digitally, and that's where you can actually get the album and the single that's available on every digital store.
Yeah, you heard that. Every digital store. Yeah, I see. So now, always when we wrap it up, all across social platforms, we are there. Speaking of your handles, is Musa Mhlauli available for bookings?
Yes, actually I'm available for bookings. You can book me at Musa Mhlauli on your all social media platforms. I am actually Musa Mhlauli on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. That's where you can find me. And then what's coming? On the 1st of July, I would love to also announce that since I have the platform. Osis way to my sister, Pinky Peja, is actually hosting her event on the 1st of July. Izobe ilapa elimpopo. But it's a library gardens. It starts at 6 or 5. It starts at 5 up until late. So that's where we will be. The event tickets are available at CompuTicket. Your VIP ticket is at 500 and your general ticket is 200 rands. So I would also love people to actually come and support us with that, because she's one of the biggest artists that are growing within Limpopo. So my wish is that our people and your people would come through and support her.
By so saying that. But like, it's a rap for King. But yeah, I believe everybody, obviously to kwetše ba re go kwa a se go kwelwa ka moka rena ba re gothe ko library gardens re tla be re le ko we obviously we don't gonna miss it le rena re le gospel vibes on podcast we'll be there let's see you there but Musa, let me take this time and thank you for joining us go no tloga gole kwa if I was able to teta Xhosa I was gonna teta just to show as a sign of appreciation we as gospel vibes on podcast and to all the viewers at home as well. Hi man, thank you so much for showing us love all the time. Gopolang ka lena ke nna go lekane khumotso wa gatolo ke rona ga di masogana ngwenyana mokopane makopantsha ditšhaba rena re gospel vibes on podcast re ne le mafelo a bona ka re khwetsang gona TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. By saying that, Renal Gospel Vibes, we confirm that we'll be there. Library Gardens, the let me take this time and thank you, but Musa, for just taking your time and coming and joining us as Gospel Vibe on podcast. Not forgetting the amazing performance that you gave us. You know, the part of Stunya Sami, but we understood that you, my angel, that was signed for me. Why are you so quiet? Bon, Renal Gospel Vibes, we're saying thank you so much. Ring viewers at home. I'm saying signing out always from me and my team. When the time is right, Him the Lord will make it happen.
He